Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Minutes with Milo show. And if you're here by yourself, join me. Because I'm by myself. Yes, I am. But I don't care. I like myself. I like myself almost more than anybody. So, tonight's show brought to you by Dental Hygienists. Look at these fertily white teeth. Dental Hygienist. What? Dental Hygienists. So, let's get some, what do they call it? Housekeeping out of the way. Know where your exits are in case of fire. Stop, drop, and roll. All that stuff. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. All right. Never poke a bear with a short stick. So, other than that, like, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and give me a call. It doesn't cost you anything. Every daggone phone call's anymore free. Excuse me anymore. I grew up in a time where you had to have change. Then you had to have a phone. Had to find a phone. Then you had to find one that hadn't been vandalized and they'd ripped it off. Yeah, payphone. All right, so 423-482-1413. Call me. Call me lovely. Call me handsome. Just call me. So, if you looked at the title, I'm going to talk about dental hygienists. And not just that, but some other things related to that, pretty much. Why? Because I went to the dentist today, of course. That's right. You should have looked at that. You should know. Uh, do I like the dentist? No, no, I don't. The dentist is fine. My head hygienist is fine. I went to high school with the girl. It's fine. Do I like what they do here? No, no, no. If I could just go chit chat and sit in a chair, that'd be fine. Oh man, the dentist is not my favorite place. And that would be hard to be a dentist or an assistant or a hygienist. Something knowing that the people are there just there because they don't like what can happen when you don't go. But could you do the job of a dental hygienist? Not this boy. Ain't no way. Why? Well, sitting there in the chair, and I've thought about this before. You're looking up. You're, you know, as the patient, you're standing on your head pretty much in that chair. As a hygienist, you're over looking down, and you've got that light shining down into their mouth. It's just gotta be nasty looking at somebody's mouth and the teeth, or the lack of teeth, or teeth in all kinds of different conditions. Mm. Not to mention the fact that you could probably see my brain, if there were lots of it in there, through my nose while I'm laying back there. It's like a train wreck. It's like people are gawkers. The people have got to see what they don't want to see, and that's just the way it is. If you're a dental hygienist, how many times don't look at the nose, don't look up the nose, don't look up the nose, don't oh I looked up the nose. Oh no, oh god, boogers, snot, oh hair, oh god, don't look at the nose, don't look at the nose. How many times? Couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I am not all about that medical human body. Nope. 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 Wouldn't do it. Don't like my own blood. Makes me sick. No. So, could you do it? And what does it take to do it? Not just necessarily the, another question, but anyway, What does it take to do it? And I'm not saying just a thick, hard stomach that you just like, there's a booger. Who cares? Bet I could reach up in there and get that out with my tweezers. You know, you got to have that mental toughness. Uh, and how long does it take? Do you wake up one day and go, dental hygienist? I like it. I like looking at gums that are rotting and teeth that are decaying. The stench of dead meat emanating from people's mouths because they don't brush their teeth. They got some nasty stuff going on in there. You know what I'm talking about. There's some people that there's this breath just smells, and you're right up on them. Now, my dental hygienist wears this is it's progressed over the years, okay, but now they wear like a full face shield, and for some reason she was wearing a surgical mask. I started to ask her, but it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So, and they ask you questions. That's another thing. Well, how's everybody at home? You know, don't ask me questions, and you got these utensils in my mouth. Just answer yes or no. Ask yes or no questions. Uh huh. So, how long does it take? Well, it's interesting. So, let's see. Did I close that one? Yeah, let's see. Let's go over here. Let's change this. Let's change this. And I can't type without looking, people. Come on. How to become a dental hygienist? Yes, yes, yes. All right. So let me present this to you. Share screen. Share screen. Clock, clock, clock. No. Yes. Okay. So how to become a dental hygienist? Got to be licensed. That would make sense. Must have an accredited degree in state licensure practice. All right. As a kid, did you actually look forward to going to a dentist while everyone you knew dreaded it? Yeah, I could tell you stories. Anyway, 5 steps. Earn a high school diploma or a GED. Okay. Graduate from an accredited dental hygienist program. Now, I think around here, most of those programs are in a college. Pass the National Board Dental Hygiene Exam from the Joint Commission on National Dental Examinations. Good. Pass an approved clinical board exam for your region or state. Obtain licensure from the appropriate state dental board. They need to become, as a hygienist, you need to become licensed within the state you're going to practice in. So, in a lot of those places, you might be able to go from Tennessee to Georgia and challenge the Georgia test and pass it and then become licensed in Georgia. That would seem like that would be a good thing to be able to do because, if you wanted to change states for whatever reason or, you're married, whatever, you need to move to a different state because of your partner's spouses, maybe I don't know, stalking somebody and they move to get away from you, and then you've got to move to continue stalking them. You'd want to be able to have something to pay the bills. Stalking doesn't pay the bills unless they pay you to stop. After my second retirement, maybe that's what I'll do. Become a professional stalker and just have people pay me. Just leave me alone. Here's $10. Okay. So, licensed in Tennessee, maybe you can challenge the test if you move to Georgia or something. But you got to be licensed by the state and where you're going to be practicing. Employers have their own set of demands, which might result in more specific entry requirements. I don't know, man. In this day and time, to find somebody that's willing to look into people's mouths and poke around and make them bleed and be nice to them while they're doing it and chit chat and all that kind of stuff. Give them what they want, dude, because they're not growing on trees. These type of people are not growing on trees. So, what is a dental hygienist? They focus on oral health care and disease prevention. She's like and I'm going to say she because mine's a female. So, you know, she's like the one that pokes around and says, ooh, I see a spot here. It might be a cavity. Now, she doesn't go digging in there. She lets the dentist do all the fun stuff because he gets the big bucks. So, she'll look at that. She'll spot it. I had to have x-rays today. And that was almost my topic for tonight was radioactivity. Because what's funny is they put the receiver, I assume. I've been going to the dentist for a long time. Sat through many dental, x-rays. And they pretty much haven't changed, really. They put this thing in your mouth. They want you to lightly bite down on it, and that's just to hold it into place, right? And then they put this big old gun thing up to your mouth. They run out of the room like the sucker's on fire. And then they shoot you with the radiation, x-rays. Now, as far as I know, they've always put a lead blanket on me. Even when I was a kid, I think they put something was going up my leg, dude. It wasn't nice, but it was just a cable. But they leave the room, so that can't be good. Let's see how much radiation you get. And I was going to talk about common things. How much radiation in a dental x-ray? The typical dental x-ray image exposes you to only 2 or 3 MwM. National Council on Radiation says the average resident of the U.S. receives about 360 MwM every year from background sources. Oh, but what's that? Oh, all these, Jesus. They make it so difficult. 2 or 3 MwMs, and this place says 0.005 MSVs. Okay. Dental x-ray is less than 1.6% of your daily background radiation exposure. So today, I got 1.6% more radiation than I got yesterday. I don't feel different. You wouldn't like me when I'm mad, but, still, I don't feel different. What is that? Okay, never mind. Don't look at that. So that was what I was kind of one of my, because I thought about that while I was getting my X-rays. Like, throw this blanket over me, and they put this thing up to my face, and she boogies out of the room. Then she comes back, puts it over here, does the same thing, and she leaves. So I was thinking, you know, maybe we could talk about radiation, because I know there's. Did you know there's your common foods? A lot of them have radiation. Brazil nuts, really from Brazil, have quite a bit of radiation. Bananas, they have radiation in them. I actually looked it up. Like I said, it's almost my topic for tonight. But there's a lot of common foods that have radiation, which is interesting because you get radiation from the sun. Apparently, if you fly in an airplane, you get radiation. Uh, all kinds of stuff gives you radiation. Probably this, I dang well guarantee that earbuds that I wear, the wireless ones, maybe even this one, the phones on my hip, everything is radiating this right now. This light that I'm using to make myself so pretty is, radiating me. But anyway, I didn't pick it. Dental hygienist, people looking in people's mouth is just, it's got to be gross. And then the smells. Maybe the reason she's wearing that mask. I mean, I brush my teeth, of course. Usually when I go to the dentist, I brush my teeth twice, right? I eat after, floss. I mean, I try to, and that's crazy. They're going to clean my teeth, but yet I try to make my teeth as clean as I can make them before I go. They can tell if you do a good job. I go every 6 months. It might be a scam. I don't know. But I can tell you this. As a young child, I had bad teeth. And it, it just, my mother would come to school and get me out of class. She never told me I had a dentist appointment until she would come and show up, and they would say, "Oh, your mom's here," and I was like, "Why? Well, huh?" And they would check you out. Why? What are we doing? Well, we got to go to the dentist. And I was just about puke in the car. I mean, that's how bad I hated this thing. I had bad teeth, fillings, caps, drilling into my brain, man. And this was back when the numbing stuff wasn't so numbing. The thing was a dang old needle that big, and the dentist got up on you, and there wasn't no pre-numbing either. There wasn't no topical. Now you go to the dentist, he slathers this Q-tip in junk and sticks it on the gum. You ever run your tongue on your gum, buddy? There's not a lot of meat there. Not like on your arm. There's not a lot of meat up there. So when they stick that needle in there, but there wasn't any of that topical ointment stuff that would numb it. So my dentist would pinch your cheek wherever he was doing it and shake it. To, I guess, try to take your mind off the fact that he was shoving this thing up, and it was like really thick, and he'd be there forever. Oh, so anyway, yeah, I do not like going to the dentist. So when I got to be old enough that she didn't drag me to the dentist, I didn't go. I didn't go to the dentist for years, a decade. And then I was out of town because I was living out of town. A dentist that I never really ever went to was in, back here where I'm at now. And I had an abscess like 9 o'clock at night. It just blew the top of my head off with pain. And believe it or not, the only thing that I could do to get relief was to chew on the top of a Bic pen. Those black caps, that go, you pull them off one end, stick them on the other. When you're using a pen, a ballpoint pen, the plastic, I would stick that back in there and I would chew on that thing. And it was a wisdom tooth. I would chew on it, and it was the only way that I could get relief. Well, called the dentist, emergency appointment the next day, come in, and he pulled it. I got a dry socket. Nightmares, man. Nightmare stuff for a guy that hates the dentist. That is nightmare stuff. And it was. And in there, it was like, man, when's the last time you came, man? And he's like, you been going someplace else? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, you hadn't been here in like 10 years. Yeah. Well, this is why. Yeah. So that one stint of not going, you know, abscess tooth, that killed the nerve in the one next to it. So root canal, and it wasn't dead. Oh no, the root was not totally dead. Root canal, crown, you know, dude. Anyway, so now I go religiously, even though it kills me to go. And that's what I was thinking today. I'm staring up at that light and I'm thinking, and I asked her last time, I said, when y'all gonna get like VR goggles? So while you're digging around in my mouth, I can take my mind off of it by, you know, playing ping pong or something in my, watching, I don't know, butterflies flying, something in these goggles. Take my mind off of it. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But I could see why. It's kind of a silly idea. It's a good idea. It's kind of a silly idea. I mean, one thing they could do is just play me movies. I could watch a movie, stick some earphones in, but I don't care. I don't care what you're doing. You're laying on your back. She's in there with these picks in the mirror, and she's running around all your teeth up near the gums, and she's trying to be easy, but there's no way. These things are needle sharp, and it makes you bleed. You can feel it's making you bleed, and then she squirts your mouth full of water. And used to, they'd let you sit up and you spit into this big sink. Yeah. Now they just stick that Mr. Sucky thing down in your mouth, and you have to pretend spit into it, and then they go back to it. But not fun. So, I mean, it wouldn't help. It just seems like, you're standing on your head, your sinuses start to drain. So, let's get back to it. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So, you have to pass, get schooling. It doesn't say you have to have a bachelor's degree or anything like that. So, how much do you get paid? Okay. Projected employment growth between 21 and 31 is 9%. Doesn't seem like a lot. That's over a 10-year span. Median salary in 2021 is 77,000. I mean, I don't believe that in a minute. Not in a minute. So let's see. I saw something in here. If you're on the fast track, I think, to become a dental hygienist, I think it said here if you're a full-time student, you apply yourself and go full-time and do all those things. You can do it in 2 years. But if you're not full-time, of course, it's going to take you 3, maybe even 4. And then I'm sure there's probably a certain amount of shadowing, maybe, on-the-job training that you might have to do. So, I don't know. But I don't think 77,000, not from where I am, that's right. So I looked it up. I read that before, and I looked it up in here. In Tennessee, okay, 30 to $53 an hour. That seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. Dental hygienist, 44 to 82. Now a lot of that depends on where you're at. Now see over here, salary.com says 58 to 91. So I would be more inclined to believe the 44 to 82. All right, so dental hygienist or oral hygienist is a licensed dentist professional registered with a dental association or regulatory body within their, it says country, that's also the state of practice. It says entry-level education, associate's degree, but I don't think that's a mandatory thing. Because I think over here, so you have to have a GED or high school diploma, and you have to graduate from an accredited dental hygiene program. Maybe that is considered an associate. So let's just say you went to UT, and I assume maybe, do they have a dental hygienist program? Dental hygienist program near me. Ross Education has a 36-week dental assistant class. No, that's not the same thing. ETSU Dental Hygiene, the online Bachelor of Science in Dental Hygiene degree completion program offered by ETSU State University, is one of the first. What happened to the 2 years? See, they call that an online Bachelor of Science in Dental Hygiene. Well, it doesn't say, that one place didn't say you had to have a bachelor's degree, right? ETSU Health Dental Hygiene Clinic. Now, there's something I don't think I would do. I wouldn't mind going to a barber school to get a haircut. There's places around that, they'll charge you $5 or so to get your haircut by a student. Okay, I'm all in. Let's just do it because the hair's going to grow back. What can they do to me, right? If I got a perm, maybe they burn my hair. And of course, I don't know. Might go a little more serious because they're using chemicals. But man, I would think unless I am a glutton for punishment, or I have a high pain tolerance, or I'm just as cheap as Donald Scrooge, Donald Duck, Scrooge, Donald Duck, I'm not going to go to a student ran dental hygienist clinic. No. Mm. No, I'm afraid of that already. No, no, no. But it's good to have them, right? So if you're in a dire straits and you need to have your teeth looked at and cleaned, then maybe that's the only way to go. Yeah, Rome State, hmm, Chattanooga. See, it says here. Let's just look at Indeed real quick. There's one in Johnson City, $30 to $35 an hour, full time day shift. I guess maybe in the big cities they have dentists that are open. Second shift. Maybe if they work at the Walmart during the day, he's got to practice at night. I don't know. Gate City's $35 to $40, 36 to 40. Aspen Dental, Doctor's Management. How much is annual salary calculator? Okay, let's do that. Well, look at there. So everybody's $35 an hour. Calculate it. Uh, Unadjusted. Wow. Well, it's all right then. $35 an hour is $72,800 a year. That's unadjusted. Well, holidays, vacation days adjusted. What does adjusted mean? Unadjusted values. All other pay frequency inputs are assumed to be holidays, vacation days, adjusted values. Huh. I don't understand that. I'm not going to put too much brain power into it either. All right, so there you go. So if you're a registered dental hygienist and you want to go to Gate City, Virginia, you live close by, let's say you just have a couple of years experience, they're going to pay you maybe $38 an hour because the range is 35 to 40. You do 38, and that's $79,000 a year. Wow. I still would not do that and look up somebody's nose and mouth and rotten gums all day. Uh-uh. No, no, and no. But that's pretty good money. That's pretty good money. Considering technically, if you believe what this other place over here said, how to become one, you have to have a GED, graduated from an accredited dental hygienist program, and pass the boards and all that kind of stuff. I mean, technically, you could be making, I don't know if they'd pay you $30 an hour right out of school. But technically, let's just say you get right out of school and somebody says, well, you don't have any experience. I'm going to pay you $27. And then when you prove that you're not going to kill anybody, I'll bump you up. That's $56,000 a year. That's pretty good, I think. Been a long time since I've been in the job market trying to find a salary job. You know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Of course, I'm not taking away from the fact that what they do is tough. Like I said, just what you're working on is just what would freak me out. You know, see, 44 to 82. I mean, that's pretty close, right in there. But all day long, and it's to me, the dentist game is a numbers game. How many patients? Because you've got customers, patients, customers. How many can you get in and out in any given day? So the dentist has multiple chairs that he's after. A hygienist has her chair, one chair. But a dentist's office, would have maybe a couple of hygienists and a couple of chairs so that there can be two patients going on. Because you know how it is. I don't know. Maybe my dentist is different, but you go in there, Robert, a lot of stink mouth. Yes, yes. Not everybody has fresh breath like I do. I had a little coffee breath this morning, probably. But so dentist is going to have a couple of chairs because how much are you going to maximize your I don't know, your earning potential if you just sit down with one patient, you zap them with some numbing stuff, it takes 15 to 20 minutes to get them really good numb. That's wasted time that you could be doing something to somebody else. So you bring them in at 8 o'clock. How are you doing? This is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be, drilling out the cavity. I'm going to be filling your cavity, and then we're going to get you out the door and sit down. I'm going to hit you with some numbing stuff. While that dude's getting numb, so I'll be right back. Check on you here in a minute. Get up, you go to the next chair. Hey, I'm your dentist. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be pulling that tooth and getting you on out of here, that decayed tooth. So let me numb you up. Numbing you up. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be back here in a few minutes. You go, wash your hands, maybe once. No, they're really sterile. So anyway, but then you go back to your first dude. Hey, how you feeling? You numbed up yet? Let me get a little old drill going. And then see, that's back and forth. You're maximizing your time. And then you've got two hygienists. They're doing their thing. So when they're done cleaning, so they do an exam, they scrape the tartar, they go in there with all them little picks and clean down the gums, and clean in between. Laughing gas for the win. I have never gone to a dentist and gotten laughing gas. Never. Don't know. Never been one that did that. I mean, that'd be different, but I don't know how much it would help. It's supposed to relax you, I guess. So she's in there scraping around. Then they, once they get the tartar and plaque, there you go, plaque scraped off your teeth, and they look at all of them. They're checking also for cavities, that kind of stuff. Then they polish them. Got that little old spinny thing with the cup on it, and they put that sandpaper, gritty stuff. I had raspberry today. Wasn't bad. Stay away from the grape. Stay away from the grape. Mint, good. Raspberry was good. So they polish them up, and then after that, then they come in there and they really floss in between because it pushes all that grit in between your teeth. They got to clean it out. Then you rinse, and then the dentist comes by and he gives you the thumbs up. How's everything looking? Does it look like he's been brushing his teeth? You find any cavities? You got any problems? Cracks? Fillings loose? Any of that kind of stuff. Then once he gives you the nod, set another appointment and you're out the door. So I think cleaning teeth is supposed to be 30 minutes, but it's usually 45. So, they're working it pretty hard. They're working it pretty hard. The dental hygienists and the dentist, they're working it pretty hard. So, could you become? I guess you could become if you got the smarts and the I won't say the know-how, but the drive to be a dental hygienist. I'm sure you could, but would you want to be? I guess that's the question. Are you? I'm not the type of person that could just look down in somebody's mouth all day and do that kind of stuff. No, thank you. No, thank you. All the people who come in there with rotten teeth and stuff, I just couldn't do it. I mean, just me. I couldn't do it. So maybe you could. Might be a good job for you. I don't know. It would be tough. I'm sure it would be tough to be doing that over and over and over. And this girl's been cleaning my teeth. I wouldn't go. I've had to go with other hygienists before, but she's been on vacation or I had a scheduling conflict. Uh, I wonder if they ever paid. This looks like it's a salary. So in a salary, you think in your mind, well, they're going to pay me, $30 an hour whether I see one patient or whether I see two in that hour. Is that true? Or is it more like a mechanic where, hey, you know what? We're gonna base this on an hour, you being with this patient an hour, but if you can get him done in 30 minutes, then you can see two patients or 1.75 patients in an hour, you're earning more money. I don't know. I would hope not. But like I said, 30 minutes, 45 max. And if they didn't chit chat with you, if they just said, hey, come on in, sit down, I hope you're having a nice day. Let me put this little rag around your neck, kick you back in the chair and start, they can get you done. I'd be all for that. Let's get me in, get me done, get me out. The sooner I can get out, the better I like it. But the people are nice, but still, it's a dentist office, man. I want to get in, I want to get out. So, anyway, Robert, I hope you have a good weekend. I'm sorry you came in on like the tail end of the thing. It was a super duper show, if I say so myself. So, if you get interested, curious, you can go back and watch the first of it. You can probably find it. Nope, right now, it's just a live stream. That's right. So, when I hang up here in a minute, you can go watch the beginning of it. I don't think it actually gives a lag between when I stop it and when you could actually watch it, but it might. Because, YouTube does that thing where they check copyright uh, stuff and you cuss and then, I don't know. I guess they've got algorithms, artificial intelligence now that watches, maybe it's not now, but sooner or later they'll have artificial intelligence that watches every live stream, every recorded video, processes, cuss words or hidden subliminal messages or wrong tattoos or, incorrect information, whatever they think they need to be watching for. And it'll happen real time. But, all right, I appreciate it. Like I said, if you're watching it live, appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, leave me a comment. If you haven't subscribed, do that. I'm at 84. If you're a subscriber and you're watching it, tell somebody. I'd like to go to 85 and then jump right in next week to 110. We could do that. But I appreciate anybody watching now or later. And I guess that's about it. If you're a dental hygienist, my thumb's up to you. My hat's off to you. My mouth's open for you. But you're not my happy place. You're not my happy place. See you, everybody. Bye, Robert. Have a good weekend.